students, good afternoon. So for today's discussion, we will use a digital tool called NEARPOD. So for you to be able to join, please click this link in the chat box. Once you open the link, please enter this 5-letter code and then click join. Once maka-join na mo, please also enter your full name for me to recognize you. Pwede sa ninyo ibutang inyong nickname, but it's optional. Okay, now before we officially begin with our discussion, let us first have a mini game. Yes, you heard it right. So this game is called Time to Climb. There will be 5 questions that you need to answer for at least 10 seconds each. Each question is worth 10 points. Don't worry because the questions are easy and it is multiple choice. Plus, napajud mo hint which is a picture na related sa question. Here's the mechanics. The first player that will answer the questions correctly will also be the one that will reach the top or the destination. This means magpaunhanay mo. So, all players are in. I know excited na mo class, so without further ado, let's start the game! That ends our mini game. Let us now see the winners. 4th placer goes to Karil. 3rd is Ronalyn. 2nd is Rendil. And the 1st placer goes to Maria Liza. Congratulations everybody and thank you for your active participation. Now let us move on with our lesson. Biodiversity is unevenly distributed around the globe. Species are the building blocks of Earth's life support systems. We all depend on them. But our planet's biodiversity, the vast array of life on Earth, faces a crisis of historic proportions. Development, urbanization, pollution, disease are all the wreaking havoc on the tree of life. 2/3 of all known species occur in tropical areas, especially in tropical forests. In order to prioritize the areas that should be protected, scientists look for areas that are home to a large number of species, especially those species that are under threat of extinction or that are currently being destroyed at a fast pace. These areas that are particularly important for biodiversity conservation are called biodiversity hotspots. What are biodiversity hotspots? Biodiversity hotspots are geographical areas with very large numbers of species that are threatened by destruction. Plants, animals, and other living organisms that populate in these places are rare, and many of them are only found in these specific geographic areas. Now, to qualify as a biodiversity hotspot, a region must meet two strict criteria. First, it must have at least 1,500 vascular plants as endemics. Therefore, it must have a high percentage of plant life found nowhere else on the planet. Second, it must have 30% or less of its original natural vegetation. In other words, it must be threatened. The map that you are seeing in your screen right now shows the location of the current 36 biodiversity hotspots around the globe. This map also shows the names and location of the said current 36 biodiversity hotspots. This is according to the Critical Ecosystem Partnership Fund. Now you might be wondering, why do biodiversity hotspots matter? Why are they important? Biodiversity underpins all life on Earth. Without species, there would be no air to breathe, no food to eat, and no water to drink. There would be no human society at all. And as the places on Earth where the most biodiversity is under the most threat, hotspots are critical to human survival. And then, the map of hotspots overlaps extraordinarily well with the map of the natural places that most benefit people. That is because, take note, hotspots are among the richest and the most important ecosystems in the world, and they are home to many vulnerable populations who are directly dependent on nature to survive. We are now on the examples of biodiversity hotspots and some of their endemic animals and plants. For letter A, it is the Melanesian Islands, also known as the Solomon's Vanuatu Bismarck Moist Forests. Biogeographically, the Melanesian Islands are part of the Australasian realm. It is notable for its unique flora and fauna and species richness. For letter B, it is the Emerald Lakes in New Zealand. It fills explosion craters near the summit of Mount Tongariro. Their brilliant colors are partly caused by dissolved minerals washed down from the thermal area of nearby Red Crater. And then for letter C, this specific animal right here is called Diadymid sifaka, one of the endemic lemur species from Mantadia National Park in Madagascar. And then for letter D, it is a maned wolf, the largest canid of South America, a species from the Cerrado hotspot. For letter E, it is the Atlantic forest in Caparao, Brazil. And then for letter F, this flower is called Rafflesia, one of the largest flowers in nature. This particular one is from Borneo, which is approximately 80 centimeters wide. So, mauni siya ato mga references for today's discussion. Oh, that ends our discussion for today. Did you learn something, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that's good to know. Thank you everyone for your active participation. Now I will leave a very short inspirational message for everyone to reflect. Every small action counts. Let's protect the environment together. Bye class! See you next meeting!
Bye, ma'am.
Bye,
Thank you.
ma'am.